Hello everyone, Gosha here. Today I'm talking about loss of self. The loss of self for highly sensitive people, for INFJs, INFP personality type people, generally people who are very sensitive, very intuitive, very empathetic. So it will also resonate a lot with all the empaths out there. And this episode, this video is part of my larger series that I started a couple of weeks ago, talking about relational dynamics for highly sensitive people and for people like us generally, and all the woundings and all the complications that are very, very specific for highly sensitive, highly empathic people who might suffer a lot because of their traits. Now, if you know me a little bit, you know that I'm talking through a more advanced lens. I'm not just talking about psychology, I'm talking about mind-body connection and energy as well. These components allow me to really bring in the fullness of our humanity into the challenges we're going through. So whatever you might be going through, you're not just looking with me at your psychology, but also on other levels of your being. Now, why is this important? Because what I'm talking about today might be a little bit abstract, and I want you to stay with it and not be too discouraged. And if that's the first time you're watching me, I encourage you to not just tune out if that feels too abstract, but actually watch other episodes that I present so that things start connecting the dots in your mind. Because looking at one topic and one that is a little bit abstract might be a little bit out there if you're diving just in. So let's get it started. I said that I will be talking about the loss of self. And I see this so common amongst highly sensitive people, amongst empaths, among people that are very empathetic, and basically they tend to lose themselves in other people. There's basically a consistent thread of codependency amongst these kind of people. There is a thread of emotional dependency. There is a thread of overgiving, pleasing, phoning. There is a thread of all kind of interrelational dynamics that are really harmful for the sensitive people that I'm addressing this to. Now, why is this happening? And what is that loss of self that I'm talking about? Basically, I want you to get in that complicated concept through a metaphor that I was just writing in my book that I'm writing about energetics for highly sensitive people. And I thought this is a perfect metaphor to illustrate today's subject. Now, imagine that you are a lake of water. You are a lake of water that life thrives on, and you exchange your life with birds, with plants. There are those nice frogs that are jumping in, and they are, playfully engaging with your surface. And there are all kinds of trees and the wind, and there's a lot of life around you, and you are alive as well, right? You move, you sway, you play with all these energies. But you feel like you want for someone to hang around for a little longer. And there comes this man, there comes this prince. And, he's tired after his long journey, but he's still somewhat beautiful. And you can see this. And he's glancing in your surface, and he sees himself, and he's all beautiful. All the tiredness, all the weight from all his life journeys and travels is kind of smoothed out. It's all radiant in your surface, and he sees himself beautiful because you're there. You're reflecting this image to him as beautiful as it gets. And so he gets like really happy, he gets really content. Now he gets to see himself, and he's basically in love with this image, and he goes there and he gets nourished by this. And basically his image reflects on you. And so he doesn't see you for what you are, and you don't see yourself for what you really are either, because you start mirroring everything that he is. You mirror his gestures, you mirror his image, you mirror his smiles, and you mirror his frowns and his disappointment. And everything that he is, you are. You take it all in, and soon you kind of forget that you are something else, that you are something else before he came. Now all you are is this image, right? And one day he wants to drink from this water that you are. And as he does, he just disrupts the surface of water and he breaks the image, and he gets really angry. He gets really angry even though he broke this image. And of course, the water that you are, that was also feeling so happy to have this companion, now thinks, oh my God, as long as I stay flat, as long as I don't make any ripples, and as long as I don't make any movements, he's happy. He's content because he can see this beautiful, radiant image with his wrinkles all smoothened out and all that stuff, right? So when your friends, your old friends come in, you kind of send them away. You send away the wind. You tell the frogs to stop jumping in. You tell the plants to go away and start, planting their seeds somewhere else. You basically stop receiving all that life in you. All you are now is serving this image to that one person. And basically what it describes to a high extent is an experience of a sensitive person that is a lot like water in so many different ways. Basically what's happening, sensitive people start seeing themselves through the eyes of other people. And they start serving all these kind of roles to make them feel good about themselves, to make them feel happy, to make everyone comfortable, because this is when they have the companions. This is when they are content as well. And when they are unhappy with the sensitive person, when someone comes and even disrupts their peace, but then projects it on the sensitive person, then the sensitive person starts being guilty. And she or he thinks, oh my God, I have to do something about myself. I'm clearly not good enough, right? Basically what happens, we start seeing ourselves as other people see us. And we start judging ourselves through their eyes. So all the acceptance of ourselves become completely conditional based on what we do to whomever we choose to do it. And in the life of a single sensitive person, they might be doing this sort of service, a priceless service of mirroring, to even complete strangers. You might meet someone random that sees that openness in you and is so drawn to it because all of a sudden they feel nourished, they feel loved, they feel accepted. But what do you really get? Most of the times you get dumped shit on, you get dumped their, negative emotions, their rants, their doubts, and all these kind of things. And if the extent of how you show up to them is by mirroring them to themselves and encouraging them and making them feel good, then they can't see you for who you are. And it gets really addictive, and it starts really early on in childhood, because tiny children are really, really sensitive in themselves. Older children, babies, but sensitive ones, are incredibly, incredibly sensitive. And so the sensitivity and this openness and this ability to reflect and absorb everything kind of sticks around. So basically, not only we do absorb other people's image on us, we also become absorbed in them. There is that blending of reality that sensitive people stop recognizing what is mine and what is theirs. And if for the entire life they've never found a chance because they've been constantly serving mommy and daddy, they were serving friends, they were serving a boyfriend and girlfriend in such way that they were always being nice and good and supportive, and that was the extent of their behavior, they rarely showed who they really are. They rarely told them about what they need, what they want, what they desire, because they didn't want to disrupt the surface, the nice flat surface. They didn't want to rock the boat. They didn't want to make waves, right? And as they did, they never really show their real self, and they really never discovered the real self in themselves. And they also can't really enjoy the life that comes with expression, with exchanging energies in so many different ways when you're so focused on playing the roles. And basically, this is what locks a sensitive person, an INFJ, INFP, in this sort of slaving mode, in the sort of mode of being an extension to other people. Even if we think, oh my God, they're hanging around, they love us and all that stuff. But if we don't show our real face, that might still wait to be discovered by you, they will not really love you for who you are, but only for what you show them about themselves. And it might be a hard realization to have, but it's an important one on a journey to healing relational wounds, to healing relational dynamics. And this is all what it's all about. Highly sensitive people are incredibly relational beings. Even if they want to lock themselves in an apartment, even if they want to cover their head with blankets and don't hear and switch off from reality, that's because they are incredibly relational and they are so easily swept in other people's dramas, words, what they say. They're just absorbing everything all at once. And I'm talking about this because this builds into that series. I'm talking about healing relational wounds and becoming your authentic self as a highly sensitive person. That will conclude in my free class that I will be offering early December. That's going to be the first Saturday of December. And I'm going to share it for all my newsletter subscribers. And I will try to answer all the questions that come in and help you understand what's the pathway to healing relational wounds as a highly sensitive person from that holistic point of view, not just psychology, but taking in the mind, body, and spirit. And if you are interested in joining me on this class, I would really love that to happen. And if you are not on my newsletter list, please sign up. And the sign up link is going to be in the description of this video, so you can easily join. And you will also get some free stuff that I'm sharing for you to understand more about mind-body connection, about the disconnect, and how you can start working with it to actually become whole, more individuated, start seeing yourself for who you are, start claiming all that energy that you're completely giving away to all other people. And if that interests you, I hope you follow along with this series and with my channel. If you are interested, definitely subscribe, like, and share this video. This is going to help me also spread the word about this. And for now, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you understand a little bit about the laws of self for every highly sensitive person, and that will make you wonder whenever you mirror other people today or tomorrow or next week, and do something about it. For now, thank you for listening, thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.